I guess if it's
That is the question of the night. What are we gonna do, everybody?
live and hope
We could
joins us soon.
take a poll,
I guess we can
see
take a
what
poll.
everybody wants to see since we have been missing a whole week. I could set up a poll.
Yeah, just do that. I pinged Martha, and it says she's active now, but she didn't respond to my ping. So I will. I'm assuming, and she saw the message that Zack sent at 6:21. So she's probably just running. She's running on Martha time as usual.
This would be session 56 or Mothership.
We don't know what we're doing yet.
Okay, it's got a limit on it. Okay.
We do
Let's...
vampire on Mothership.
We'll put the poll up for 5 minutes to give her an extra 5 minutes.
That'd be an interesting crossover.
Okay.
If we converted our characters over to Mothership characters, and then somehow we got like a
vampires in space.
Vampires in space.
All right. So poll is up for everybody hanging out and chat, all the lurkers. But yeah, we'll do our intro. Welcome to the playground. I'm Pixie Phoenix. I'm a full-time variety streamer here on Twitch. Tonight, well, tonight would normally be Vampire the Masquerade, but we had a week off, and Scott will not be joining us tonight, so we thought we'd throw it up to you guys. Do you want to see a session of Vampire or another session of Mothership? So there's a poll up. Please check that out. Throw in your 2 cents. I'm joined tonight by Nox, our storyteller, Zack, who plays Victor, and we are waiting on Martha, who is our Michael Starwell. I, of course, am Alice. How is everybody in chat tonight? Don't forget we have the Pokemon community game currently running, so you guys can catch all your Pokemons. What has everybody done in their week off? Anything crazy happen? Boring happen?
I
got
a lot
drilled
of
in
time
golf.
gaming. Yeah. Yeah, I think you got the worst out of all of us.
Yeah, I did.
Da, da. Checking a few things, the audio on some stuff. That one.
Wow.
Come on, guys, make sure you get your vote in.
So far, the people are voting.
Oh, it's like a Mothership night so far.
Interesting.
Oops, I didn't mean to vote. Oh, I didn't vote. Okay, cool.
You're allowed to vote, babe.
No, I know. I wasn't trying to. I was trying to make this open to other people. I was just trying to see if I could see who. I don't think I had that ability to see who it was that voted. But no one has voted for Vampire tonight. So.
Man. Of course, people do tend to filter in a little more somewhere between halfway through the first part of the session and the break. I noticed that's kind of when a lot of people start to circle in. But we will listen to the will of the people.
I was going to say, well, it sucks for them because they're not going to have a vote.
Exactly. About to hit. We're at 889 followers.
Nice.
So the goal is 1,000 by the end of the year. I think I can do it.
Too hard. I think you'll have that.
We're growing. We're expanding. I've been obsessed with Paradise Killer lately. Love that fucking game.
Oh, I've got another one. I got another one for you as soon as I can get some money together. I'm gonna send you a copy of Citizen Sleeper.
Mm.
It is, it's like, it's very much in the same kind of vein as like Mothership. Let's just put it to you that way. But it's that
But
kind of,
does it entail aiming and shooting things?
no, it's a visual novel, and
Oh, perfect.
it's actually a visual novel that is played with dice. So it's like a tabletop game.
Oh, yes, this sounds interesting. And Warrior in the chat had brought up they were watching a review of the new VTM game. I'm guessing you're talking about what is Swan Song out, or are they talking about
Swan Song. Yeah, it's be Swan Song.
it's probably talking about Swan Song, which I hear has shooting in it, but I still would like, I don't know. I don't know if I would tempt it, considering I get very frustrated with shooters. But I'll watch a lot of playthroughs. But what was the last VTM game before Bloodlines? Wasn't there, I mean, before Swan Song, was it Bloodlines?
I mean, so the last Vampire the Masquerade game before that would have been Blood Hunt, which is the multiplayer one.
Okay.
And then before that, I mean, then they've had all of the different. Um,
It's not very
what was
heavy
it?
on fighting. Okay. Yeah, I'll check out a few more reviews and then put it on my wish list.
I'm about to drop one in your messages, Phoenix or Pixie. Someone just mentioned it in the chat. Card game on Steam, made by the creators of Fallen London, which is the game that me and Scott used to play.
So Cultist Simulator is not made by the same people who did Fallen London.
Really? It just said so in the trailer of it. In the trailer of it on Steam.
Unless that I don't know, but I know that the guy who did Cultist Simulator is really problematic. Like he was like grooming little kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's. I'm gonna double check that, but
it
yeah,
says
like,
from the creator of Fallen London and Sunless Sea.
And Zack, you can ask who Warrior Wednesday is if you want. If they will.
What's up? What are you talking about? Warrior Wednesday?
In the chat.
Oh.
I don't think you've been on when Warrior's been on, so just saying, like, the interest in games there.
He said it's your. Oh, it's Merc.
I was waiting.
Hey, Merc.
Little reunion.
You may not know this, but Merc was she's the daughter of when I used to play EverQuest 2 way back in the day. Her mother was one of our guild leaders in our guild, and her daughter Merc was probably like 11 or 12 at the time, but she would log on and play tank tank for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
She's
very good
since,
too.
Yeah, she
saved my ass.
But yeah, she grew up, and now she's like in the Navy, Air Force. I think it's Navy. I could be wrong. She can correct me. But she's in the service now. She's all grown up. She's actually become a model on her own right.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
so what did the poll tell us?
Poll ended on Mothership.
Mothership.
All right. Well then.
With 100% of all 3 votes.
Well then. I guess we will change over to Mothership.
Oh, crap. Okay, let me think of the logistics on this one. I don't know. It may be as easy as just loading the new page. I'll have to try and hope we don't fuck up stream.
Yeah, you were right.
Actually, I think what I can do for right now is leave the audio up, but go to the be right back screen. And then roll it over and then rejoin you guys. Okay. Everybody over to Mothership. Hopefully the guys will join me in just a second, everybody. Oh, that guy's shady. Oh no. Gross. Gross, gross. Uh-oh.
Hello.
All right, let's see if this works.
I don't know if you got to see the message, but Scott said.
All right.
Okay, so yeah. So we did a
Hey, Merc,
a poll in chat. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna tell Merc, dude, don't feel bad, right? We if you don't know, you don't know. All you can do is just like do better, right?
I don't think Pixie can hear us.
I can hear
Yes?
you.
Okay.
You can't hear me?
There's a lot of. No, I can hear. Can you hear Martha?
No, I have a. Let me refresh because I can see you, but not them.
I just noticed Pixie and Martha were talking over each other like they couldn't hear each other.
No, I couldn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You couldn't hear her. You had no idea. So
yeah, I can hear Pixie now.
Not like you were being rude. I just kind of noticed that the two of you were talking as if you couldn't hear each other. So.
And you were correct.
I'd mention
we
it.
could not. Pixie was just like her whole screen.
Oh damn it, Zack.
What?
I left my water bottle somewhere.
Amber. The water bottle somewhere. Hey, she's sitting right there.
Hey, if she's sitting right there, we'll ask. We're not the kind of parents that are like, get out here and do the stuff. Yeah, we won't bother.
Like sitting on the couch, so.
Because I got a lot of that growing up.
I don't know.
I know. This is literally the first time you guys have ever done this. Ever.
Thank you. Amber's coming.
Thank you.
Yay, Amber for the save.
Thanks so much, Sta. Thank you.
So, I guess the question. Hi, Amber. Bye, Amber. So I guess the first question for tonight. This is unexpected and kind of cool. Who is everybody playing tonight?
Well, in our last expedition, didn't we went out into the deep and we encountered things that we weren't going to be able to solve with our current characters. So we said we were going to come back.
And that way we could start fresh. Yes. So right now we can choose from anybody we want.
Right.
I'm also going to grab my
Not
coffee drink.
because it was not an android that we needed. I'm trying to think of who it was.
Explosives.
That's right. Okay.
Did I actually remember a thing?
You did.
You remembered a thing. So I'm bringing in Jim, Cupcake Whipper, tonight.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Carr.
Okay, make sure you're changing your name to reflect the character that you were playing.
Give me a second.
You mean like under our page?
Yep.
So your name.
Yeah. So I will no longer be Mr. Sowell. No.
Figure if I'm not playing Alice, then fuck the wig.
Yay!
Hey, I worked hard on this eye makeup. I seriously worked hard.
Yeah, you know what? If we were doing Mothership, it would have been a totally different look.
Mm-hmm.
Not even playing. There's a whole plan. I have like coveralls and everything.
Surprise!
really way too hot to wear them in this room. This is literally the hottest room in the house. It gets the least AC and the most sun.
I was gonna say, of course it is, because you're in there.
Right.
So
Okay,
hot. She's so
Are
hot.
you playing? So you're gonna stick with Dr.
Okay.
Sun?
We'll see. We've got our explosives, and what did you decide on, Martha?
Carr. I'm doing the he's the excavator?
Teamster.
Teamster, yeah, he's a teamster.
Yeah, I'll stick with the doctor. If we have explosives, and we don't need my explosives, so.
I don't have explosives, I don't think, do I? Let me check.
Jim does.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So. The last time, let's do a little bit of backstory here to catch everybody up. When our crew, after their last stressful outing, decided that they wanted to ship themselves to a spaceport, maybe for some R&R, maybe for some carousing.
I went into stasis, I think you said.
Yep, and everybody went into cryostasis. While they were in cryostasis, the captain of the ship decided that since everybody was asleep, he wanted to take a stop off at a place that he had heard about, where he thought maybe he could duck in, look around, maybe abscond with an artifact, make himself some money. So when he brought the ship out of hyperspace, he was surprised to bring you guys out in the middle of a blockade, upon which the ship was fired on and disabled. This, of course, roused the android Edgar and Dr. Sun Song, who were able to talk to the remaining crew that were awake, who maneuvered the ship, damaged as it was, to a spaceship, or a retrofitted space station, which they came to be known as the Bell. Exploring and meeting with some of the denizens and going back and investigating their own ship, they moved all of the cryopods onto the Bell for safekeeping since the original ship was damaged. And after further conversing with the denizens of the Bell, they realized that their only option to either acquire the resources or money that they needed to extricate themselves from the situation would be in the deep. So, question for the two who have been awake. So, what would have made you wake up Carr? Would you just have needed more sets of hands? Would you
That's what we
Yeah, I think
retro-
I think we recognized the seriousness of like what the hell was going on over there, and we were like, yeah, this is bigger than the two of us.
So you'd how many people did you wake up though? Like, did you wake just me up, or did you wake up the rest of our characters too?
So at this point now, it would have been Jim and you. Correct, because Dr. Sun has actually been here for all 3 sessions.
And Edgar.
And Edgar was there for 2.
Did Edgar miss a session?
No, this is the 3rd time we've played.
Oh, okay. You're talking about tonight as the 3rd. Okay, my bad. I think Edgar would have gone over personnel files to see who is most. He was the one that had the computer expertise, so he probably would have gone over personnel files just to see who would have been most qualified to go in. Liquid death. I've seen that. Any good?
It's water.
Yeah, I know it's water. Is it any good? Any...
Yeah, actually, the sparkling water is really nice, and the water is really good. Like, I highly recommend for camping trips and everything. super useful. Plus, it's super recyclable because aluminum is like the easiest to recycle. So yeah, highly recommend Liquid Death. Plus, you get to drink Liquid Death.
Before we go any further, I need you. Excuse me, Pix. I need you to roll. Never mind. I don't need you to roll anything right now.
Wits and aspects.
Nope. Okay. So, I am going through and figuring out who has been on what, so that way that I know how much XP that everybody has. You have okay. Good. Okay, cool. Let us begin. So, with you guys start in the tank.
Oh, I wish these maps could move around a little bit more easily.
When
I like
you
cigarette.
you have noticed now that you guys are really the only denizens who are there, who are the other encampments there have been filtered out. They've all gone. At some point, while you guys were asleep, Arcady must have come in here and taken the bunks. You are pretty sure that if you happen to need anything from those bunks, Arcady would probably sell it back to you for the lost and found.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Tell me what you think about somebody without telling me what you think about somebody.
So, what is your first action? What are you guys going to go do?
I don't know. I think I'd kind of be curious to explore this area before. I mean, this being my first time awake, I'd kind of be curious to
Likewise.
to know what kind of a situation I'm in. I mean, I know Edgar knows already, but role playing, I think this
Right.
character waking up for the first time would kind of be curious what the fuck is going on.
Likewise with Carr.
So to kind of go through the tank here is from as you're standing inside of it. It is actually a fuel tank, an old like launch fuel tank from some sort of spaceship. You're not exactly sure which, but it is in a massive cylinder that is floating around. There is almost no. You can smell the faint remnants of fuel from whatever is in there. So there is kind of a garage or tarmac smell, so to speak, in there. You can still smell the fuel, the rocket fuel. There's almost no light. The only light is coming from the encampment. Any lights that people have strapped down or set up on the pods, or there are LED candles that are very few and far between strewn across the tank. They are faint. They do not give off a whole lot of light. The only thing that you would know, thanks to Dr. Song, is that approximately if you basically followed going directly from where you are and headed straight up the tank, you would hit the door to the connecting room. So here's the other question, Dr. Sung. I'm guessing how much of these two have you filled in on the details of what's going on?
Oh, I would everything I could remember, every detail, because I don't want anybody going over there and being shocked or surprised.
Yeah, I think Edgar would have been pretty open to, like when he woke people up, he would have at least filled them in on what happened during.
And he's a friggin' android, so he'd have all the answers.
I mean, what happened?
Well, we made our way out to the deep, and we just kind of found it was a situation that we couldn't get past because it was out of the expertise level of the people that we had brought in.
It was a blockade, right?
It was. I'm looking
Both 2 security checkpoints.
Oh, right, with the guns. That's right, with the guns. Well, technically
No.
one gun, right? Because the other machine gun had been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that room, that was damaged. Okay, so
Side note, very, very oddly, I only have 3 skills under Carr. I don't have 4.
Yeah, I noticed that with Edgar too. It seemed like some skills disappeared when I brought up his character sheet last time.
Yeah.
Kind of
And I
weird.
don't remember which one I picked. To be fair.
I have 3 in my first column and 1 in my second column. Is that what it's supposed to be?
It
I
depends
only
on
have
the
3
class.
in my first column.
It varies by class because I think
Yeah, because you're a scientist.
Teamsters got more than any of the other classes. I think, if I remember correctly.
I just remember picking 4 out of 4. And I only have 3 1 points and 0 2 pointers, 0 3 pointers, you know?
Should we have a
1,
mastery
2,
by now?
3.
You know, you could end up having an expert if
Okay.
you work your points out correctly.
Okay. Then yeah, I took biology, first aid, and hydroponics, and then my expert was pathology.
Oh,
But it unlocked surgery and xenobiology.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is where I ultimately would
remember.
like to go.
Right. And that was me with linguistics first.
I think
Stuff ontology.
Pixie led me astray.
What?
Oh,
What?
did you?
What?
So wait, so
I think
you
those
want?
explosives we needed. I think it was jury rigging, which is my Teamster.
Oh,
Oh,
that might have. Oh.
oh
I
well,
think what
we're
I
gonna
was
blow
thinking,
things up instead
I
of
think
fix
what
them.
I was thinking was that the only character I had that could contribute to that situation was my explosive person. So, like, maybe that's what I was thinking, and I said that, and I apologize.
It's okay. I'm already in his gym, so we'll
Okay,
blow
so
things up.
the question I have for you is, so just really quickly, because I want to resolve this. So I'm pretty sure 0G and so
Scavenging is part of being a teamster or something. Or like the type of teamster I am.
0G and scavenging are what you get by default. So
Mhm.
so then you should still, so okay, so then let's take off linguistics and we'll put 4 points in your skill thing. So then spend your 4 points real quick while
I have skill points 1.
I just updated it to 4.
Well, this is not loading correctly. Hold on a second. Oh, there it is. There we go. Let's move it around.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do? You said you wanted to walk around the.
I just kind of explore the area we're in, kind of get our. I mean, and I don't expect you to describe everything again, in detail. Like I remember from the first time you said
Right.
it, but just as a character, I would want to at least explore this area before leaving and just kind of figure out what's here and what
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys, so are you going to? So let's just say ask these questions. So you guys head through. We'll say you guys head for the Acheron. Is that fair? Since that's kind of the center.
Yeah, that's kind of a hub. Yeah.
So as you head through Arcady's bunk, again, he's not in there. Everything is locked down in there. The only thing that's really of note that you notice in here is that the bed is very crisply, primly made, as if it hasn't been used in a minute. When you get into the Acheron, there are the LED lights are here and are floating around, and you see Arcady talking with a trio of gentlemen. They are in a uniform. You don't recognize the uniform itself. They are also in a. They seem like they are fairly heavily armed. Two of them are have rifles. One of them seems to be having a pair of pistols on his belt. They are talking with Arcady and gesturing to the shuttle. They're gesturing around here. One of them seems kind of incredulous. Arcady seems like he's taking it all in very good, in good humor. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm trying to remember if we decided that we needed any kind of supplies before going back.
What kind of supplies would I have on me? Inventory wasn't really a thing we.
So, according to
Here's some stuff. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
I have okay. There's a loadout. Okay.
I really don't remember what I picked for this guy.
It was probably a loadout based on your class, is what it looks like for me.
Yep. I can see all the equipment that you've got down there.
What do you mean?
If you scroll down on your character sheet.
Oh no, I'm talking about skills. I'm forgetting what skills I spent on for him, the original creation.
Refreshing. Okay.
That's what. What?
So, are you going to?
All right, I think I've spent them all.
Okay. So, are you guys going to approach Arcady? Are you guys going to head into the chapel? What are you guys going to do?
I think I'd at least check in with Arcady. I mean, it's been, what, we're going to say 24 hours?
Sure.
Right.
So when you float over to Arcady, and keep in mind, it's worth mentioning here since Mark wasn't here. When you were on the bell, everything here isn't zero G. There's no gravity here. So when you are moving over to Arcady, it's really kind of more floating over to him, and then trying to use your foot or your arm to,
Steer.
To brake, basically to stop. When you guys get over to him, he turns to the three of you, gives you a smile, and says, Dr. Song, I see you have woken up more of your friends.
Was I the only one to lose her, or did everybody lose? Okay.
She came back.
Okay, I was like, oh no. Yes, I found it necessary due to some of the complications that we she's lost sound. You got it?
I got you guys back.
Okay. Yeah, I would just inform him
headphones.
that we we came across some issues over on the deep, and it just makes sense to have some of my other comrades with me.
One of the three guys cuts and goes, what kind of issues? What's going on?
Just some areas that were impassable to the two of to me and Edgar, and I've got some specialists that might be able to help.
One of the guys wielding a pulse rifle, you don't have specialists. We're specialists. And the guy with the pistols on his hip goes, and we're for hire. He goes,
I'm sure you are.
He says, if you guys need to go in there, you guys are also looking for things. Maybe we can collaborate.
What do you
I have
two
no
think?
opposition to collaboration, but I don't have any money to hire you, so.
Yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree here, buddy.
If you want to go in with us, you're welcome to go in with us, but I don't have anything to pay you, so.
Argus says, well,
You'd be going in for your own.
He says, apparently everyone is going in for themselves then. He looks to the three of you. He says, they have already scheduled the shuttle trip. He says, shall I wait for you guys?
We have anything holding us up now?
I guess not.
I think we have our packs and we're probably ready to head over.
Arcady nods. He goes, all right, let's go. So, extending the umbilical out to the shuttle, the three guys climb in first, and you guys are followed. Now, if you remember from the last time that we were in this, I told you that it was kind of a, elbows and asshole situation here in terms of how cramped it is. That was how cramped it is when there was the two of you and there was Arcady piloting it. With now an additional 4 people on there, this is starting to feel a little claustrophobic. The other 3 guys, they all seem very...
Where's Pickpocket? Do I have
they're
Pickpocket? Pickpocket skill, damn it.
They seem pretty unfazed by this. But it is also kind of difficult. But it's also a little difficult not to cough a little bit from the sheer closeness and the overwhelming sheep aftershave. So
those are the worst flights.
When you get...
Also, Carmichael's not necessarily the freshest fruit in the daisy.
When you guys get to the visitor's dock, the Arcady opens the door. You 3 disembark. He leans out the door and says, they are asking to be taken to another place. He says, he says, you still have the radio I gave you?
Yes.
He says, good. When you need to come back.
Might I ask where other places you deliver people to?
He goes, this is not the only dock. He goes, there are other docks. There are docks that we have not yet found. He says, people are looking for this information.
Interesting. Yes, says, I will keep the radio on, and of course, should you need us as well.
He points out the door, and you notice for the first time that there is another ship in the visitor's dock. It is a much larger shuttle. It is jet black, and it looks like there are people on board of it. Arcady points and looks at you, and he goes, they call themselves troubleshooters. You should stay away from them.
Noted.
Any particular reason? Are they dangerous or just annoying, or?
He says they are from the blockade. He says oftentimes they come here to hunt divers that are wanted for things or that are causing problems.
So they're out
kind
for
of
bounties.
Bounty hunters.
It is akin to that. He says, good hunting. Please be careful. He closes the door and the shuttle takes off. In the visitor's dock area, the umbilical of rigid flesh tone plastics has new graffiti on it that you didn't see. Somebody has drawn a giant dick along the entire thing with what looks like a...
Even in the future, men cannot get over their genitalia.
It's like not a penis. It's okay.
With a facsimile of the semen coming out of it, looking like Geiger's alien.
Delicious. Yum.
At this point, the only things here are either the door to reception, or to, of course, go to the troubleshooter's ship.
Away from the troubleshooters.
Yeah, that's just.
Reception, yeah.
I don't see much benefit to engaging them at this point. So yeah, I think heading through to reception and basically I'd just kind of be giving them the tour, at least of what I remember. This is what me and Edgar saw. This is where this happened as we're going through.
So as you head down the winding stairwell into reception, let me do it like this. Yes, it does. So when you head down the stairs and into the moderately cool air of reception, again, you are greeted by that horrifying visage.
Horrifying visage? Question mark.
Of
on the screen.
Of the man hung from above the reception area.
Is this literally like? Wait, what's going on? Where is?
I really need to figure out a new banner.
Is this a real person being hung, or is this just like a painting of?
That's what I'm asking.
No, it's a real person.
Real person.
It's a body that has been hung and suspended from the rafters by an electrical extension cord. So to
what
describe,
does it say under?
It's on the map.
No. What does it say behind him?
One way
Having
out.
a hard time. Yeah.
So to describe
Having
the
a hard
area,
time adjusting maps here, guys. Sorry.
It's okay.
The pain. I get it.
To describe the area, the carpet once would have been exceedingly plush. Now it is filthy and covered in firearm casings. The desk itself, below which the body is completely riddled in bullet holes, as is the computer that was on there. And of course, the corpse is swaying gently from the rafters from the air conditioning with the message, "One way out." So there are two separate exits here. You know that heading
stairs and to the left.
Heading down will take you to the security checkpoint you couldn't get through before because the gate was wedged. The other way takes you towards the cafeteria and to the lift. So where are you guys headed?
At this point, I'm kind of taking Dr. Sun's lead. She was down here before, so just kind of following.
Did we go for?
So the
We
last
go
time,
to the left of the office.
so the last time that you were here, you headed from reception and you took a right. Or I guess I should use cardinal directions here. You headed east.
Okay.
Towards the meeting rooms.
I would probably honestly go the same route before deciding to branch away.
Okay, so when you guys head to down that hallway, there are a couple things that are apparent. While you're in the hallway, from one of the meeting rooms, you can hear a scratching sound or a rifling sound, like papers being crunched on. So where do you want to head? Do you want to head into the first meeting room, the second meeting room, or are you going to head south to the cafeteria?
Should follow the noise.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when you head into the second meeting room, books here are strewn everywhere. The books, it looks like people have shredded them, pulled the pages out. But here among the books, there is somebody else here. He is kind of panicked, kind of looking through the books, kind of pushing them aside. He is kind of disheveled looking. One of his arms is completely missing at the shoulder. Instead, at that shoulder there, he has retrofitted what looks like a laser cutter, like an industrial laser cutter, onto his arm. And he is not actually going through the books, but he seems to be going and looking for something on the floor. But he has not noticed you as you've come to the doorway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to enter and approach him and startle him, but I might give a slight tapping on the door, like we're knocking to kind of, or inside the wall, so he can see us. We see us in the doorway, but we're not approaching and we're not trying to upset him.
So when you knock on the door, he whips around completely startled. And when he sees you, he goes, okay, it's not them. Okay, I just need to, I can get out of this. I know I can get out of this. He goes, I just need to find the hatch. And he goes back to, he goes, there are people here that they're coming for me, and I have to get away from them. I know I can get out of here. I know I can escape.
I'm not saying this out loud, but it seems like the troubleshooters are after him.
Yeah, I want to kind of pry just a little, and why would they be after you?
He goes, I don't know. He goes, I think it's because just because I'm trying to figure out what it's like outside of here. He goes, he goes, I didn't realize that there's an entire universe out there.
How long have you been here?
He looks at you and he goes, I don't know. He goes, but I know I have to get out. He goes, I have to get out. He turns away from you and heads to one of the corners of the room and starts feeling like at the carpet, like he's trying to find a seam to start pulling up.
If we don't deem him a direct danger, I'd want to kind of move into the front of into the room and just kind of flip through some of the books just to see what was being collected here, what kind of subjects were being studied.
Now you've been here before, Dr. Sun. So all of the books here, it's like somebody dumped a library here.
Okay.
You also know that this is the location where you stashed that canister with the EMP grenade.
Well, it's true. Yeah, if it's easily redeemed, I would probably grab that up. Bring it with us in case it's needed somewhere else.
So when you pick it up or go to pick it up, the mine is still attached to it.
Oh, okay.
This is what we needed the explosives guy for. Hold on. Okay. Let me see what I can do here. So an attempt to disarm, explosives.
So hold on. What skill are you using to?
Explosives.
You actually have an explosive skill.
Yes.
Okay.
What attribute should I be using? Combat? Strength? Intel?
I would probably say that it is your intellect.
Okay. All right. Whoa!
Nice roll.
Oh, I wasn't on.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Cupcake picks the canister up, and holding up the EMP mine, pulls two of the wires, and there's quickly a whining sound that starts to come from the mine, and then he just reattaches the wires together and seems to make an infinitesimal twist of his wrist, and then pulls them apart again, and the whining stops. So, you now have a deactivated EMP mine and the canister artifact. Next to that in your notes, you should put 45.
Did you put what?
45.
Under the canister or the deactivated EMP
The
mine?
canister.
Okay. You said 45? 45?
Mm-hmm.
For a second there, I heard 4D5. Like,
Right.
And I was like, wait a minute. D5s aren't even
A thing in this game.
So when you do that, Cupcake, you notice that the man in the corner is watching you with the EMP mine, and he's like frozen, like he's watching you like a hawk.
All right, what else we got to explore down here?
So do you just ignore him and are like, cool, peace, and walk out, or are you going to
Engage with him, watching you.
engage with him, or are you just basically gonna kind of leave him hanging?
Seen any more of these around?
He looks at the mine and he like real quietly shakes his head and then turns back to the floor and continues to search. So, where are you guys headed next?
Following Dr. Song, looking to her. Before I saw that your name was Sun, I was like kind of hoping that your name was River.
No. Nah, it's a blend of two different characters. One from Lost and one from... What's the one called? It's a Dark Sea or something? Which is a space show.
Yeah, I know.
Silent Sea. Silent Sea. Okay. I'm trying to
Song
remember.
is from Doctor Who.
Oh, of course. I guess we'd go up to the next meeting room, right? There were two meeting rooms side by side.
Yep. So when you head into the next meeting room, because shocker about what this is going to say.
Hey!
Oh, not C? I'm confused.
So when you head in there, it is a dingy office. This looks like maybe it was more of an executive office or an executive meeting room. The carpet's a little more plush than it was in room B, and certainly more plush than it was in reception. But it's dingy now. It is just gross. In addition, the executive table has been flipped over onto its side with the words "fuck off" carved onto the top of it, facing towards the door. In here was also where you found the patch-covered backpack that had the stim packs, the shotgun shells, and the flashlight. You still have that flashlight, don't you?
Hmm?
Good.
I'm pretty sure it's in my list. Yes, flashlight.
So, having checked in here, where to next? You notice that there's not a whole lot has changed here.
Probably go ahead and go to the end of the hall.
North or south?
South.
So, when you head south and into the cafeteria.
That's right.
That's right, cafeteria.
There are a couple things here that are a little different. One, so it is a giant room with broken shit. There's still some tables, some steel tables that are there set up. The lights are flickering a little bit. There is a vinyl banner, as I told you last time. Over 50 billion synthetics sold. You made it happen.
God, corporate never changes, does it?
There are.
How many days since the last accident?
There are two gentlemen who are in jet black suits that look very, very similar to the ship that was in the visitor's dock. They're both equipped with rifles. Their helmets are down. They appear to be talking to one another in kind of hushed tones.
I guess we'll try to avoid them, I guess. I mean, not like hide, but just act like they're not there.
Yeah, we're doing our thing. We're over here. Don't mind us.
So, how do you head through here? Do you head south to the security checkpoint, or are you heading back into the kitchen?
Did we
I thought
explore
the kitchen was locked.
Nope.
We didn't go in the kitchen at all last time?
You did go into the kitchen, and you found a little bit of mystery in there.
Ooh.
Yeah. We'd probably check out the
Scooby-Doo our asses over there.
So when you head into the kitchen, it is mostly ransacked. Most of the shelves are empty. The only things that are really of note in here, one, are that the burners have been jury rigged so that they are still functional. So you could theoretically still use this as a place to come cook your meals if you ended up stuck here for some reason. In the middle of the kitchen, there is a prep table. On the prep table, there are three cans of still good canned goods, ranging from synthetic meat product. One of them is synthetic, fruit salad product. Another is it's like canned peas. There are 3 packs of cigarettes, and there are 2 clips of ammunition.
Ooh, yeah, I would add it to the pack.
On a plate. Sitting next to the plate is a statue of a golden rat.
Okay.
That is facing the plate.
Yeah, I'm not touching that plate. I want those cigarettes, but I'm not touching that plate.
Now, Dr. Sun, you said you already added those things to your inventory?
So wait, you're saying that all of that stuff was sitting on a plate?
Yep, it is stacked up in as close to a perfect triangle as could be.
Oh, that's right. We did. Okay. That's right. I remember this mystery. Yeah, I think we decided to hold off until we could figure out what this was all about.
I look around. Is there anything like? Is there a way that I can see like kitchen utensils, strainers, stuff like that?
No,
Something to
this place,
throw?
other than the things that I mentioned, this place is trashed.
Yeah,
Like this
but
doesn't
like
just.
in the trashed place, is there like something I can chuck at it?
Oh, I mean, there's any sort of debris that you can chuck at
Oh,
it.
yeah, I'm looking for debris. Yeah.
So you
So
just like
like,
pick something up and.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
So
pick it up and lob it at it.
what are you lobbing it at?
The stuff on the plate.
So when you throw it and it hits, like the little pyramid like falls over, but that's it.
The rat doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Okay.
If we looked close enough, could we tell that, like, if the plate is sitting on a, like, weight or counterweight or can we tell that this is a trap in any way?
I mean, you can easily look around. It's sitting on a prep table, so you can easily look underneath of the prep table. There's nothing under there for it. There's nothing that seems to be connecting it to it. Uh, when Carr threw the debris at the actual plate and knocked things over, like it's like things moved around, so it's not exactly like the plate scooted over a little bit. So if anything was going to trigger, it probably would have triggered there.
Yeah. Like, and did anything get knocked off?
Nothing got knocked off, but it did. A lot of it got knocked over. Like it's not a pretty pyramid anymore.
It's like 7 cans of food. Shoot. Who's
Three cans of food.
3 cans of food.
3 cans of food, sorry. So a can each? Each of us take a can of food?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, it still feels like a weird setup, but
Better to have food and not need it than not have food and need it.
take the cigarettes too, shit.
I was gonna say that. Carr
Split
goes
'em.
straight for the cigarettes.
Split 'em.
So you guys each take a can of food. You each take a pack of cigarettes. How do you divide up the ammo, or do you just pocket?
What type of ammo is it?
It's miscellaneous. We'll just say one's it looks like it's a rifle ammo. Another one looks like it might be pistol ammo.
Okay.
I think we still have the pack that we picked up that had like the flashlight and the cigarettes and the other ammo.
Yeah, that was from
Something else.
Shotgun ammo.
Shotgun ammo. So I mean, we can put
Now
the extra.
remember the ammo that you found in that bag. When you looked at that, you found that the stim packs were useless and the shotgun shells were duds.
Carr's actually kind of curious about the golden rat.
It is completely solid. Like trying to pick it up, it's not small. I mean, it's very, very well carved. It's very ornate. It doesn't appear to be like any sort of specific like.
Is it like the size of a bread box, or is it the size of like a
It's about the size of a New York rat.
Okay.
Pizza rat.
So like a bread box.
And it's solid gold.
It is gold. I can tell that it's solid gold.
Yeah, because when you try to pick it up, it's fucking heavy.
So it's not like lead painted gold, like it doesn't chip when I scratch at it.
Yeah, no, it is a solid chunk of gold.
It's cursed.
I don't know if it's cursed, but I think like this is something so valuable. I feel like somebody's gonna come after us for it. But at the same time, this is so valuable.
Now, worth something to think about, and this is I am not telling you not to do this. I'm not telling you to do this, but you guys are far from the first divers aboard the Deep, and this is still here.
That's why I said it's cursed. Somebody found it once and thought they were going to get off the ship with it, and they didn't. So I don't want it.
Carr gets a bit of a chill up the spine and like puts back like some of the tokens, but keeps a pack of cigarettes.
Okay, so you put back the food. Okay, so as you step back, the only way out is to head back into the cafeteria. So where are you going to head now? You can head from here to the security checkpoint, to either of the security checkpoints, the one in reception or the one here, or there's always the lift.
What do we think, new crew? What do you feel like?
Think we can use the EMP to get past the security checkpoint?
Maybe.
I guess I would walk you guys to each one because they're kind of under different situations. So if I show you guys the one to the south first, it's right there.
Okay, so when you walk into the next room, the troubleshooters that you saw are no longer there.
Is that the black suit guys are troubleshooters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when you head into the next room, and then head south, you run into security checkpoint Bravo. At security checkpoint Bravo, you find there is a barred gate that blocks passage, with a series of damaged weapon detectors that are embedded in the walls to detect any sort of firearms. There is a bulletproof glass box that is sitting in the center with 360-degree machine gun swivel, and a very damaged android that is fused to the machine gun. As you guys approach, the mechanical voice comes up and says, "Halt. Pause all weapons in the box before proceeding."
Would he consider my flare gun a weapon?
I mean, there's no real way to know that without actually testing it.
Mm-hmm. So there's this checkpoint. If we want to hold off, I can take you guys to the other checkpoint and let you look at that one.
Yeah, real quick. The box to put the weapons in, does it move? Or is it just a box that put, like, I'm wondering if there are other weapons in this box that have been placed there by other people.
What do they look like?
So when you look over, the box is empty.
Okay. Okay.
It's definitely a confiscation area.
Does the
Fair,
box
but,
look like it moves anywhere? Like after you put your weapons in it, does it look like it takes your weapons somewhere, or it just keeps them right there?
Yeah, it looks like it basically pulls your weapons. Like you put your weapons in the box, and then it closes and takes your weapons.
So we wouldn't be able to tell if someone put weapons here before us. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can look at the other checkpoint.
So backtracking through the hallway, when you backtrack through the hallway, you notice that the meeting room is where that guy was digging at the carpet is empty. He's not there anymore.
Any signs of struggle or blood or?
I mean, that room is so trashed you would never know.
Yeah.
Already.
So you heading back to reception and heading down a different set of concrete stairs leads you to checkpoint Alpha. When you get to checkpoint Alpha, there is another. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. So the bulletproof glass that was over the machine gun, that has been blown apart, like it's being shattered. The machine gun itself has been completely slagged.
Mm-hmm.
The security android that was attached to that machine gun, has had its logic core ripped out, leaving it basically looking like somebody has ripped its forehead out. Think Vision sans Mind Stone. However, the gate is still closed. It looks like you could probably brute force it if you needed to.
All right. Well, let's give it a try.
Okay, so roll your strength. Is anybody helping you?
I'll lean in.
Okay, so then add. We'll increase the difficulty by 10 since you're getting 10% since you're getting help.
Was that a modifier? Is it just 10?
Yeah.
I will also help.
Does that add anything if both are helping, or
No.
No. Okay. Here we go. Nope.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So your strength target was 38. Since you have two people helping, we'll do it at advantage. So reroll.
Okay. Hey. Okay.
Okay, so Cupcake walks up to the gate, and with the help of both of you, he is able to grab onto the gate, and with a giant heave, the gate comes loose.
We just jam square real fast. Sorry.
So with that gate open, it doesn't slide back closed. So you know now that you'll always be able to
Get through here.
get through security checkpoint Alpha.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
Okay, so heading down, there's a hallway there. There are two doors on the hallway, and then it kind of tees out.
Who's the puppy crying? Nobody else is hearing the.
No puppers here. I mean, I heard it, but I just
I heard
assumed
it,
it was
but
somebody else.
So you have a
No,
door.
it's not my boy.
You have a door to your west, a door to your east, and there is another hallway that tees off at the end.
Will you go left or right?
No, don't you usually follow the left wall? So I guess we'll go west.
So you're going to head west.
It's actually on our right from that direction, but yeah, whatever, it's okay.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm looking wrong. It's my bad.
So when you head west, you reveal the Employee Rec Center.
Foosball!
There's scattered gym equipment here. There's mirrors that have been shattered. Some of them have been shattered from, it looks like bullets. Some of them have been shattered by hammers. There are equipment lockers.
Real quick, is
No,
there
it's definitely not us, man. Your dog is going cray cray.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be in the kennel, but unfortunately, he can't do it.
real quick? Is there a way to go back to the checkpoint?
The
and,
caged
close
puppy
the door
whines.
like this?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is there a way to go back to the security checkpoint and just kind of close the door back behind us so that we're not?
No, we broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we broke it. There's no putting it back. Okay.
Now you could go back and close it if you want, but if you go back and close it, that's another strength check, and then you've got to reopen it. So there's another strength check.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And if time is dire, reopening it might be a death sentence.
Yeah. I was just kind of hoping like troubleshooters wouldn't follow us back here, but
So
They didn't seem to have any mind for us.
So in the Employee Rec Center, the walls again are covered in like equipment lockers and like gym lockers. So what are you guys going to do?
does this place look like it's been ransacked too, or does this place look kind of like still?
I mean, some of the lockers are open, but not all of them.
Yeah, I would definitely start checking
I
lockers.
guess we start checking lockers and just seeing what we can find here. If it doesn't look like it's too ransacked or too,
Is there any equipment that's like still also
So-
like?
When you start pulling open the lockers, at some point, one of you opens the locker, and a body falls out in a vac suit.
Hmm.
When he hits
we
the
see-
ground and kind of flops onto his back, all of a sudden, his eyes open, and he takes a big gasping breath and like starts to like crab walk away from you guys really quickly.
Okay.
So it was like he was hiding?
Or had been stuffed in the locker.
Okay.
And we can tell he is human?
So, you can't really tell much about him. The vac suit that he's in is heavily patched. Like, you have some questions about if this is a functional vac suit for actually walking out in space.
So he's... Oh, what if he's some kind
Does
of...
he have a humanoid form?
From what you can see through the helmet, I mean, looks human.
He sure has a large collection of patches.
Hey,
I'm
That's
pretty
okay.
sure they aren't all his.
does he respond to voice at all? Like if we call out, does he respond?
Patches like it's been patched.
Like it's been fixed.
Okay. I
over and
thought
over again,
like serial killer taking
No.
patches off a body.
It's a very patchwork suit.
Got it. Got it.
Like it's old and it's been mended a million times. I would like to raise a hand up and be like, whoa. Like no threat. Like we're okay.
He's like, okay. He's like, you haven't seen anybody else. Like he kind of gets to his feet. He's like kind of unsettled. You haven't seen anybody else, right? There's nobody else wandering around here. Big guy, kind of heavy set dude, a lot of tattoos, giant asshole.
Haven't seen him yet.
Arcady? Is he talking about Arcady?
No, Arcady is.
No, Arcady is okay.
It's pretty thin.
Okay.
I'd be like, haven't seen that guy. Saw a couple troubleshooters and another
guy trying
panicked
to look
individual.
for a hatch somewhere.
He goes, okay. He goes, my name's Bill Tell. Everybody called me Patch.
What's up, Patch?
He goes, hey. He's like, I was out here. Me and my partner were in here. We were just trying to make some money. We found an artifact. Just amazing. But before I could really actually get into it and like try to figure out exactly what it might be worth, dude hit me from fucking behind with his rifle, and I guess he shoved me in a fucking locker like it's high school.
Do you need medical attention?
He goes, I don't think so. He goes, I didn't. He goes, I didn't get to see. I guess he took it. Fucking asshole.
What was it?
How would you know it was an artifact if you didn't see it?
Was it a... Oh, he didn't. He said he didn't see it. Okay, never mind.
He says, we do this stuff a lot. He goes, we used to just come in here constantly and do hunt for things. This is our first real big one. I think he was trying to sell me out the entire time.
How much
I haven't seen him around.
How much of this place have you explored?
He goes, well, we took the lift up once to floor 2, but as soon as we got up to floor 2, we backed out.
What's wrong with floor 2?
He goes, I will let you figure that out for yourself. Nobody needs to see that shit.
Must have been pretty bad if it was worth turning around for a treasure hunter.
We opened the door with a security checkpoint, so if you can get back out to the visitor's dock, you might have a chance of getting out of here.
He goes, I am out. Throws up deuces, and he basically takes off running.
All right, then. I'm
Dirty
glad
pants.
I guess keep searching other lockers, just in case there's anything else in them. Any other people's stuff.
Right.
So when you go through the lockers, there's not much. You find some weights. You find some people like some half a deck of tarot cards. You find a patch. It looks like wings, but one of the wings has kind of been burned off. There's just not a whole lot extra here. But before you head on, this seems like it would be an excellent place to pause for a bio break.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
So, come back in 10.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We're glad to have you here playing Mothership tonight. We're going to take a quick bio break, so go get a smoke, go get a drink, whatever you need, and we'll all meet back here in a minute. And we're back, everybody. I think hopefully this echo thing isn't too bad.
No echo on this side.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, on the playground. I'm Pixie Phoenix. If you're new here, I'm a full-time variety streamer here on Twitch. Tonight, we're doing a live-action role-playing session of Mothership, which is a sci-fi horror tabletop game. I'm joined tonight by Nox, our storyteller. Zack is playing Cupcake. I am Dr. Song, and we have Martha playing Carr. And we were exploring the Employee Rec Center, which is on the lower left of the map. All right.
So when you guys are going through the locker after you have released Patch, there's just not a whole lot that's really here. Like it's like you find a couple like some old gym clothes, you find some some socks, but everything's dirty. Like this, like there are definitely some spots where it looks like maybe somebody decided to pull a January 6th and like rub shit on some of the lockers on the inside. So yeah, it's like there's not like you think to yourself maybe at one point there could have been a lot more here, but that it just seems like it's difficult to know exactly what you're missing because it's been so picked over.
Right. Like this is like the remnants of everyone who's come before us.
So, where do you head next? Do you head across the hall?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So, heading across the hall, you go into storage. Now, storage is it's a mess. There's smashed chairs, broken shelves. There is just a tangle of destroyed boxes. It looks like there used to be a whole bunch of anything here from like office supplies to food supplies, maybe for the kitchen, but there's just everything here is just trashed. There is, however, a kind of weird thing. In the wall near the door that you came in is it looks like kind of a do-it-yourself retinal scanner. That's been patched into the wall. There's like real crude cabling that seems to be going up into the ceiling, as if somebody had hooked this up to do something. And there is a note that is put on the side, kind of a nice label, like they used the label maker here to make a label.
There's lamination.
And it just says access.
Interesting. Can we, if we look around, can we see if there's like something that looks like a passageway or anything?
Now, there's in here, there doesn't appear to be anything that matches that. And the cabling for this kind of do-it-yourself retinal scanner goes into the wall and up into the ceiling. So it's one of those things where this looks very hacked together. It doesn't look like it's part of the original setup for the station.
Is the ceiling popcorn like panels or is it like solid?
No, it's solid.
Okay.
Go up and put my eye to it and see what happens.
So when you put your eye up to it, there is, when you first look in the retinal scanner, there is something. It looks like a bitmap that is just black and white, and there's a flash of light. It is painful. That is on the, like, it just feels like you looked at the sun for too long. Like it is really painful in that eye.
Let's see what that does later.
Do you have a reaction?
Other than blinking the eye continuously, trying to get the white out.
So when you see him do this, he puts it up to his eye, and then he has a flash. He kind of like steps back, like fuck. Like, what do you guys do?
My first thing is to address if he needs medical attention.
Yeah.
So when you do now, Cupcake, do you, when Dr. Sun comes over to you and offers to look at you, do you let her?
I'll let her look at me. I said, I think I'm okay though. I think it was just really, really bright light.
There doesn't appear to be anything, like when you look in his eye, there's no burn or anything like that. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with him or anything like that.
Did you see anything when you looked in there?
Would I know if this is normal for retinal scanners or?
Now, I would say you would have some amount of knowledge with retinal scanners. So they range anywhere from something similar to this, like a kind of a bright flash, because they're usually like taking a picture and like actually catching your retinal, to a, some of the deeper ones are not very painful, but like at the after effect, like you step away from them and it feels kind of like your retina, like the cones and rods on your eyes have been a little burned, and it kind of hurts a little bit. So it's difficult to say whether or not this is normal or abnormal. But you can also take a look at. I was also going to say you could also look at this and say that you've never seen a do-it-yourself retinal scanner.
Seemed like it was taking a scan of my retina.
Didn't you say something about a bitmap?
Yes.
Is that normal though for just like kind of like when you go to the doctor? Is that kind of expected with the retinal scanner that there'd be?
No. Usually when you look into retinal scanner, there's usually something that you focus on. In this particular case, it just looks like a random series of black and white. Like it looked like a QR code, similar.
Okay. So yeah, if that was abnormal, then I would have mentioned that. If that was abnormal to what a normal retinal scanner, then yeah, I would have mentioned that.
So
didn't have that bitmap.
So with a reasonably sore eye and not really much more to show for it, you guys hear a kind of a clicking sound coming from down the hallway somewhere.
Like from reception or from where we haven't gone yet?
From where you haven't gone yet.
Okay. Is there a way we can like take a peek out without like really giving ourselves away?
So you guys like want to sneak down the hallway to where and look to where the sound is, or okay, when you sneak down the hallway and look, the hallway is actually a really long hallway that goes at one end of the hallway. You see another lift. There is also a turnoff down the hall, somewhere down the hallway. But coming down these stairs, there is what looks like an android. It is it does not look like the nice kind of android like that Edgar is, where
Mm.
there's some attempt to make it look like a human being. This is a budget, mass-produced android. It's got like a blank mannequin face. There's no actual features on it. They have their eyes are basically just camera lenses. They don't actually have real working eyes or real working mouths. And the clicking sound that you hear is the sound of its boots on the concrete stairs just down from you. It appears to be kind of just looking like kind of single-mindedly, like walking down the hallway.
Can we tell if it's dangerous?
Is it armed?
It is holding a submachine gun.
Yeah, I think we're gonna tuck ourselves right back into the room
Yeah, I don't
And-
want to get
and
approached
kind
by
of
this
like
guy.
take attack, possible attack or ambush places.
Or do we want to set up the EMP mine?
Like, let's see if it's coming to us.
Yeah, because I thought we were gonna use something at the other. Oh no, maybe not. It was the lift. Okay.
So
Still trying to
you
make out
get,
the map.
so you get, it gets a little ways down the stairs, and then it kind of like looks around a little bit, and then after a moment it turns around and starts walking slowly back up the stairs. But once it's off, something that you notice is once it is off the concrete stairs, the clicking sound stops and it is moving almost silently.
Hmm.
So that was on purpose.
Yeah, that the stairs are the only things that make noise because they're like hollow underneath or something, but the concrete doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys.
Those concrete stairs, though, right? That's weird. Yeah, that is weird.
So when you, having looked down that, you notice that there are two separate things on that hallway. There is a kind of a tee off that goes off to the side that would take you south. It looks like maybe there's something else there. There's also a lift with a passcode at the end of the hallway.
Hmm.
You can also pretty much ascertain from where you are that, just kind of thinking spatially about like where you've come, where you've walked, that the going up that stairs will take you up behind checkpoint security Bravo.
Yeah, I can see.
That's why I eliminated it.
That was the one that was
With the
still
machine
active, correct?
Yep.
Still
Yep.
active
gun.
one.
Correct.
Okay. So now we know we don't have to deal with that guy. Don't have to waste any kind of equipment in disabling him. So you're saying if we go all the way to the west down that hallway, that's where the lift is?
Yes, there is a lift there that has a key that seems to have like a key card on it.
And then there's a door.
There's a hallway that goes south further.
Oh, it's a hallway. Okay. And we know for right now we're pretty much safe from that android, right? So should we take it while we're here?
I don't know that we know that we're safe from him. He just hasn't noticed us yet.
Mhm.
I thought he
I
went
would
up some stairs, so...
He did, but didn't he come back down those same stairs too?
So he was heading. So the direction that when he was walking originally, he basically walked about halfway down the stairs, like coming from checkpoint security Bravo. Now he's walking like he's headed back towards checkpoint security.
Oh, okay. So he didn't actually come all the way down the hallway. Okay.
No.
He's coming. He's between Bravo and the stairs. Okay. Then yeah, I guess we can explore here.
to make sure to close the door behind us just to keep this guy at bay.
Okay, so you're gonna duck down into the cubicle camp. When you get there,
So let me adjust the map. Our view.
so here is this room. Unlike the rest of everything else that you've encountered so far, there's been overhead lights, like halogen lights or whatever. Some of them have not always been perfectly functional, but there's always been enough overhead lighting here to basically see what's going on. In here, there's no halogen lights. Instead, the room here is illuminated in red emergency lights. In the middle of the room, somebody has made kind of a makeshift camp.
Okay.
There are about 40 cubicles, which have been converted into ad hoc shelters, lean-to ports. There's tarps here. There is a place in the middle of it with what looks like a little pit that has been, where they've basically ripped away the carpet, and they've made a makeshift fire pit there.
Mm-hmm.
There doesn't appear to be anybody here. But it looks like this is it looks like it has been recently used. The fire pit still has some embers in it. It looks like this is where people, if they're planning to stay here on board, maybe they duck in here. Maybe they meet up with other people here. It looks like maybe that between this and the cafeteria, that this is kind of
The safe space.
This is base camp.
The overnight.
This might be where paper passage obsessed man lives.
There is also at the bottom of at the south part of the room, there is a airlock that is locked.
Going through things, anything here that might identify our captain?
You don't see anything that would identify that your captain has been here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're looking for captain. My captain, oh captain.
Because there's not really much to loot here, so.
Yeah, there's nobody there camping right now, so there's not much that can really be.
And there's also nothing around that would tell us about the people that were here previously, other than just that it's a lived-in space.
You can basically ascertain that this is a space that, so originally it's pretty easy looking around the room, that this used to be some sort of like an office space, like a makeshift for cubicles, and that basically whoever found this room originally basically repurposed it. Maybe it was like you know how in some hotels they have those rooms where you can
Business offices.
Yeah, like business office where they've got their own individual cubicles for people to come work in.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like maybe it was something like that, except that they decided to take all of those small cubicles
and turn them into campsites
and rip them up and use them to make makeshift miniature tents.
All right, I guess we go back out and head down west, head the hallway west.
You also keep in mind have the airlock at the bottom that heads into.
You said it was locked though, right?
The airlock is secured, but you can also you can like look through it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if there's any.
Take a look, yeah.
When you look in there, it's an escape pod bay. Like you can very clearly like look in there and see. And it is pristine.
No pods.
It looks looking through the glass. There are just counting, like looking through and being like, it looks like there are 11, maybe 12 escape pods that are in there.
Interesting.
The room looks completely untouched. It is pristine and perfect, which is unlike anywhere else on this floor that you have seen so The floor in there, the carpet is plush and looks maybe not recently cleaned, but it doesn't look like it's been soiled either.
Means
And it looks like looking through the air through the window and in there, you can see. Here, and I will just reveal it since you can see that there are multiple pods, and it looks like the pods are large and spacious.
So can we tell that the airlock has somehow been like broken in a way that's kept it locked, or
it has a. You said it had a passcode.
No, this is
No?
this is like a manual one. You can open this.
Wow. And there are still this many escape pods here. Interesting.
yeah, but even if we tried to jimmy one of these, it would end up we'd just get shot down by the blockade.
No, but for as much trouble as we've heard people have had in here, it's amazing there's all these escape pods still sitting here.
I wouldn't say amazing as much as I'd say tragic. I mean, it obviously means that no one made it out before this was turned into whatever it is now.
Well, either way, we'll mark this
I don't
location.
know. I see a trap. I see a trap.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, we have no reason to necessarily work our way there with other places to still scout.
Yeah. I figure we go back out to the hallway and west.
So you exit the cubicle camp and.
Well, first I want to listen at the door to make sure that we still don't hear
Click plops out there.
Yeah.
So when you listen at the door, you can hear the clicking on the stairs. And then there's silence for a moment. And then you hear clicking again, and it seems to be moving away from you.
Okay.
So it seems to have like one
On
solid
rotation.
Yeah.
Pattern. So are you guys going to duck out and try to head down the hallway?
Sure.
Yeah. Can we tell though that anything about the two different lifts? Does one go up versus down? Do they both go up into the same area? Or I mean separate areas?
So you haven't actually been down the hall to look at the other lift. This particular
right.
lift, however, has a key. It requires keycard access.
Okay. So we're going to have to make our way to the other lift.
However, you can tell from the outside, like on the door, it specifically says where it heads to, and it says it heads to rooms 4 and 6. Floors 4 and 6.
We were told not to go to floor 2.
Were we?
I mean, warned against it.
I guess the only other way to go is the other lift.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we start making our way back that way.
So.
Or we can, we were told not to go to second floor. We weren't told to go not to avoid 4 and 6. But who knows if it just gets worse as it goes up.
Remind me again who told us not to go?
Patches?
Patches, that's right.
Oh. Okay.
Well, when we get to the other lift, I guess we'll see where that one goes. Because we can't get into this one until we get a key card. And so far, we haven't come across one of those.
Is that correct?
That is correct. You have not yet come across the key card.
Okay. So yeah, let's backtrack.
So as you go and backtrack through the facility, you hear, it sounds like maybe gunfire coming from somewhere a couple rooms away.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like maybe it's on the maybe it's coming from the cafeteria area, maybe it's coming from one of the meeting rooms. You're not really sure. But it definitely sounds like automatic weapons fire.
Possibly
have,
the checkpoint.
All right.
It could be. You're not entirely sure though.
Being the
We
Marine,
saw-
I'd instinctively at least take the lead so that I was in front. And I'd have my submachine gun ready.
And I guess I'd be pulling out my infrared gloves, glasses, goggles.
Okay, so you are going to let's say that when you hear this, you're in reception. So are you going to go investigate, or are you going to attempt to? Are you taking an attitude like, not my goal, not my problem?
Yeah, I say we stay the course and head
Yeah.
to the lift. This
The
is
lift.
not. Yeah, we don't have a dog in this fight, so.
And once we get to the T intersection, I'll face the gunfire and let the others go behind.
Okay.
Covering.
When you get to the T intersection and you look through, there is a horrible staticky whine that comes over the intercom, accompanied by a loud bit of feedback. It is absolutely awful. And then that same corporate music that you heard from before starts to play.
Hmm.
What happened last time this played?
I don't remember anything specific happening last time I played.
Just music?
I remember it playing last time, but
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like,
I don't remember like anything being a consequence of the music playing or
Like nothing actually happened from it.
not that I recall.
Okay.
yeah, was there anything?
I don't.
So, heading down the hallway, you reach a lift. It's an elevator. It just says to floor 2. Next to floor 2, I guess I should be more specific. It says floor 2, Eden.
Eden.
Did our captain say something about Eden?
I don't think so. You didn't really get to talk to him much before he just like jumped
No,
ship.
but doesn't Eden have something to do with the temple that we were at back on the bell? Wasn't something said about Eden something to do with that? I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember.
It is, however, just a simple push button lift, so access to it is immediate.
Thinking. Yeah, I guess we take the lift if no one has any objection.
It's the only other way to go. I
Have we explored all of the first floor?
think so.
So,
Only way to go is up.
Or down. I'm not sure whether floor up 2 is up or down. I guess it's up.
did that port everybody over?
Yep.
Mhm.
Executive lounge.
So when you get in the lift, the lift itself is, the floors are a little grimy, it's a little soiled, but it is not nearly as soiled as like the rest of the carpet was on the first floor. When the lift dings and the doors open to the executive lounge, this is a corporate luxury hotel lobby. There is a kind of long desk. The floor here is marble. There's a reception area.
How about its
There's
condition?
there's a bathroom that's off to the side. There is it's not in bad shape. It's not perfect. It looks a little dusty. It looks like maybe it hasn't been upkept as well. The floors could definitely use a mop, but it is not nearly as just trashed as floor one.
I think I'd probably just kind of walk the perimeter of the room, checking the floor, checking for anything that stands out.
So there is an airlocked door that seems to lead south. There is also, and again, there's also the bathroom. But there is not anything really here that you find, at least initially. This room is it's very quiet. The music here, so instead of the corporate music that was playing down in on floor one, this is kind of that the kind of music that you would expect in like a really nice hotel, with the Kenny G saxophone and the tinkling keys of a piano. And
Does this airlock have a window as well? Anything to look out of through there?
no, this is just an electronically locked airlock door.
And what something we can manually open, or needs something to be opened?
You could now, if you've got skills to open it, you could probably try to hack it. You could probably try to, if you were an engineer, you could try to figure out a way to trick the lock. Anything like that. Anything like that.
So an electronic lock, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, not something I can do anything with, really.
Guess we should at least check the bathroom. I think I'd be very careful about that though, like trying to kind of open it from the side so that should anything be trying to come out of there, we're not in the way.
Oh no, it's like one of those open doors. It's not like an actually closed door.
Okay.
It's like an airport.
Okay.
So
where
when
it's
you
like two walls just blocking your view.
Yeah. So when you head into the executive washroom, this place is a little worse for wear, frankly. The bathroom has been smashed, and they have all of the porcelain shards from the toilets and the urinals and everything like that have basically been like piled up in heaps. There is some sort of scanner that is among the rubble that is in pieces. And there is a mirror that has like graffiti. It's kind of like it looks like something that like a teenager would scrawl, like the way that they would scrawl it. On it, it says, "The Minotaur extends beyond the Minotaur."
We have heard that before.
The mirror itself is kind of off kilter. Like it's not hung correctly.
Somebody want to help me take this down and see if there's anything behind it?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so you investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you investigate it, the bottom left corner of it actually comes unscrewed. Like you can actually like pull
Okay.
the screw out, and when you pull it off, it reveals a stash that is in there. There is a custom rigging gun. It is a steel cord laced cable that is attached to a harpoon. Whatever it hits will shock. It will then shock it. Does 2d10 damage and body save, or be stunned for 1d5 rounds. So who is picking that up?
Do you want that one, Carr?
Yeah,
What are
I'll
the
take it.
what are the requirements for a weapon like that?
What do you
Like,
mean
I guess
Probably dexterity.
being more that I am more of an intellect-based character and not strength. Would a strength-based character get better?
No, because guns are treated for you have a combat stat.
Okay. I mean, mine's only 33, but
So on the
so I don't think I have any weapons of any type.
car, on the gun,
Mm.
there is a note that simply says Ishmael sends their regards.
Nice.
There is also Dr. Sun, roll a D100 for me.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Tricky.
What do we get? 78.
Is it good? Is it bad?
So there is, in addition, once you pull the gun out, the
Harpoon gun.
harpoon gun.
The overgrown taser.
There is a box. It's more like a briefcase. When you open it, it's really easy to open. There are material samples of metal alloys. And Dr. Song, just glancing at these, you know that the alloys and the samples and the little sheet that comes with it that kind of describes what they do and the tolerances and things like these far exceed current standards in spaceship design. This is some highly advanced, highly prototype materials. These are like just based purely on the scientific knowledge that would be involved here with making with these are worth a lot of money.
Doke. I think we found our first big this big hit.
Are you keeping that on you? Are you taking it with you? Or are you handing it off to somebody else?
Yeah, I'll put it in my pack.
So, while you are in the bathroom, you've pulled that apart.
I said we put the mirror back the way we found it.
Yeah, yeah.
So then what are you going to do?
What is the black dot on the...
The only other thing that you notice in here is that there are AC ducts.
The black dot should just be a regular door.
Yeah.
that's the
didn't-
only other place to go.
All right. Let's check out
Good.
that black dot.
So, are you guys going to take out the vent and go climbing up in there?
Oh, if that's the black dot,
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I just asked.
Oh, I was going to, according to the key. The key just says a black dot is a normal
Is
door,
a regular office door.
regular office
Ah,
door.
I don't have
So
it
I
pulled
thought
up.
that was-
It's not
So with the
designated
key,
an airlock door.
Yeah. So I was just thinking it was a normal door, but if it's a vent, yeah, we'll crawl through the vent.
Okay. So, when you climb through the vent, as you open the vent and you start to climb through it, it starts to smell really bad.
Mm.
Like, it smells like shit in here.
Like corpse or like shit?
No, like shit.
Mm.
When you get to the end of the duct, it's taking everything you've got not to just retch.
Do we not have any kind of masks or gas masks, ventilation masks? That. No, that was something even in the game.
I don't.
I mean, we're still in our suits, right?
Suits? What suits?
Never mind.
We have vac suits.
Yeah.
At least some of us do.
So who has to Cupcake to you? It does
Ah!
not. Carr.
Yeah.
It looks like Carr has one. It looks like you have one, Dr. Song. And does Cupcake have one?
I don't think so.
Cupcake does not.
Oh, sorry, friend.
I've got a body cam though. I can record everything. I'm recording everything as we go.
So, as you climb through the vents, it is also getting dark.
I have a HUD though.
When you get into the
I have
next
a
room,
flashlight.
and by the way, this map will be different the next time you see it because I didn't have the correct map for this one. When you get into the next room, it is dark. It is really dark in here.
I'll throw a frag grenade.
Can I see anything with my infrareds since I got them out?
When you look around, this is a sewer main.
Yay!
And I
So-
will be saying this.
So
to
when
everybody.
you plop down, not to use unfortunate terminology here,
Except we did.
you like this smells like shit. Like this is awful. And in the corner there are what look like 3 kids.
Alive?
I was about to say, living or kid corpses?
They quickly turn and look at you, and one of them holds up a finger and
Yeah, I immediately just stop. I just stand still.
Likewise.
They like start to like wave you back. They're like trying to be like
I'll at least
away.
back up to the wall.
one of them points up at the AC vent that you just came through,
Right.
and then motions like for you to continue to back up.
Well, we just
Alright.
jumped out of it, so I'm imagining it's not going to be very easy to get back up into it.
So what do you guys
What's
gonna
our
do?
what's the height on this?
You guys could get back up there. It's the same height as it was for the other one.
Okay.
Like a boost up.
Yeah,
And you're good.
I'm gonna at least crawl back inside and just kind of lay in the darkness. I want to see if something is approaching that's going to get in between us and the kids. So I'll scamper back inside, but keep, stay in the shadow to where I can still see perfectly into the room.
Yeah,
So
I'll
when you do that, they follow you. So they kind
Let's
of
go.
basically, by following you up, they're basically pushing you back down the AC vent.
Okay.
But they continue to come with us, right? They're not just
Yep.
like shoving us in and backing out. Okay.
No, they're coming up and
Yeah,
going.
I would go ahead and just scamper the kids back into the washroom.
When you get into the washroom with them, they are they all jump down, and there is kind of the three of them take a big sigh, and then they start laughing at one another, and they kind of high five one another, and then they go, "Oh, it's good we didn't get caught that time."
Caught by what?
Oh, one of them kind of goes, "It's a little difficult to explain. So maybe it would be best if we showed you." The one who initially told you to be quiet waves you back and walks into the executive lounge, and the three of them all follow. They head to.
Yeah, I follow them.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go, they open the door. They open the airlock pretty easily and lead you down the hallway. So when they lead you down the hallway, the
Was there any way to look at how they opened it?
yes, you could easily, now that you've seen it, if you were
Okay.
studying them while you were doing it, you know exactly how you could open that airlock.
Okay.
Well, while we're following them, I'd want to get their names.
Yeah.
They just refer to the first one simply says, "Oh, I'm A. That's B. He's C."
Where'd you guys come from?
While you guys are walking down the hallway, this is like an executive hallway. Like it's got like on the like there are, so it is a really plush hallway with kind of like a runner carpet that goes down the middle. There's plants, most of them have died, and there are pictures on the walls in kind of inset each. They look like they're actual paintings, like somebody took the time to actually paint whoever would have been on there. Every single one of them is defaced, horribly defaced. Some of them have been stabbed, some of them have been painted over, some of them have been mutilated, some of them, if they haven't been, depict whoever was on the painting, like with their, like somebody basically painted over like their throat cut and like X's over their eyes. It is really unsettling.
Are we sure?
Everybody needs to make a fear save.
Oh, crap.
Oh. And these children still won't answer us as to where they've come from?
Hey.
So we're normal?
Yeah.
Okay, so I pick up my
God damn it.
rolling scripts.
I don't think I've made one successful roll in this entire game. I'm not kidding. We can go back. We have the evidence. Jeez.
And you know what's funny is I was just in your bedroom and I saw your character sheet and like your stats are pretty high compared to some of mine.
Not high enough. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, just make sure. Okay,
Oh,
so that's
good
there.
roll call.
So
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 that's
everybody,
sanity, not fear. Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, so your stress goes up a little bit, Doc.
Okay.
Which
But
means it's all a little stressed.
Do you enter that or do I need to enter it?
I did. I already
Okay.
entered it.
Okay.
I increased you. Um, when you get to the end of the hallway, they open the door for you into the visitor shrine. This is, to say unusual would be being kind. Um, the walls of the entire room and the ceiling are completely taut pseudoskin.
Ooh.
So when you walk into this room, it's like walking into like a stomach.
Moisturize me. Moisturize me.
In the middle of the room, there is a giant 10-foot tall humanoid statue that's wearing a suit, like suit and tie,
Hmm.
that is reaching down and holding hands with a much smaller naked figure. Both of them are also made of this pseudo flesh.
Gross.
Um,
I look at
along
the kids, hoping they'll elaborate.
so
Right.
along the wall, there is a gash in the wall that is leading to like a. It looks like it leads to someplace dark. Um, the kids kind of get like a beatific look and like look up at the statue, and they're like, "It's so cool that you guys have come. We don't ever get people who come to visit us anymore." They're
Why?
What are you kids doing down here?
oh
And
we
why did you want us out of that room so quickly?
oh well, so here's the thing. Um, so while we're here, you the one stops trying to talk, and the second one goes, "Here, I think I've got it." He says, "So we're the good guys."
And I'm thinking that's exactly what the bad guys would say.
He says, "We are." So every once in a while, the portal in the executive lounge brings new people from another dimension here, and some of them look like you, but we haven't seen anybody in a really long time. But there are in this world, there are other ones who are like us, but they're not like us at all. They're very evil, and they follow this giant creature who wants to eat us. And so sometimes some of us try to sneak onto their lands um, because we want to help them, and like we bring them back here, and then um, we have a way that we can make them like us again.
And how's that way?
He's like, "Oh well, I mean, we can show you, but it won't." He goes, um, the first one says, kind of gives him a look, kind of like, "We really shouldn't." And C is like, But maybe if we show them, they can, maybe the dimension that they come from, they've known how to do things like this, and they can help us. Maybe they've done it to their own people.
Are you saying you guys came from a different dimension here?
He goes, no, you guys did. Said, we've lived here all our lives.
I'm guessing by dimension, he just means the lift.
Uh-huh.
You mean we came off of the elevator, the lift, or
The second one goes, I don't know what a lift or an elevator is. Says, I just know that every once in a while that door opens and these people just suddenly show up. So we just assumed that it was like people coming from another dimension. It's that sometimes our God talks to us and tells us that we're not supposed to go there, so we don't go there.
And where are your parents? You said you lived here all your lives.
The third one goes, what are parents?
how long have you
The
been
ones that you came from.
Oh. They all kind of look at one another kind of confusedly.
here? How long have you been here?
All their
He
lives.
said all their lives.
They
Yeah,
don't- it doesn't seem like they know what years.
The first
or
one's like,
dates or something.
forever.
But to us, these kids seem
What does
completely
your God look
humanoid.
like?
But as a
So I'm gonna-
doctor,
Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and crouch down and look at them like eye to eye and be like, so tell me about your God.
Oh, God. They all kind of say it at the same time. And then they look up at the ceiling and they go, Monarch.
I follow their gaze. Do I see anything?
I mean, it's the ceiling. They say, Monarch only speaks to us rarely.
Have you ever seen Monarch?
Oh no. Maybe one of them looks at the other one and says, maybe our king did. Maybe the chosen king has met him before. And one of them
Okay.
goes. One of the other ones says, "That's not correct." Says, "We've had this discussion before. Before A, we don't know if Monarch is a boy or a girl."
So where's your
So
king?
who? I was gonna say the same thing.
C goes, oh, you should probably come meet the rest of us.
Hi, sweetie. No, fuck off.
The three of them start moving for the hallway on the west side of the room.
I follow.
Okay.
is there anything
Okay.
else telling about this room other than the statues?
And the fact that it's in like skin, like
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
Buffalo Bill chic.
yeah, the fact that the room is covered in pseudo skin
Well, I
kind of
didn't know if there was
dominates.
other relics, were there offerings here? Like, just trying to get a sense of their dedication.
No, it's just a giant in the center of
Okay.
the room. It's just a giant statue of this.
So sorry, definitely not Buffalo Bill. This is definitely more along the lines of Ed Gein.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
No, he did actually make lampshades and wallpaper out of
And
skin.
belt and all sorts of things.
So, where they lead you is to sometimes it wants to let me show you guys stuff, and sometimes it's like, no, fuck you.
Yay, roll 20. Glitchy as ever.
Yeah. Okay, so now will let me reveal more. Cool. Okay, so when you get to the next room, It is like a well-lit indoor park with a jungle gym and gaming consoles that are in there, and there are toys all over the ground, and it is like a little kid's version of heaven. And there's like 15 kids who are like wandering around in here.
Can we tell age range?
They are all exactly the same age.
Which
In fact,
is-
when you look at them, they all look exactly the same.
Fucking Boba Fett.
Okay, wait. Are we saying like they're all the same gender as well?
They are all. It is really difficult to tell which ones are
Because they're kids.
which gender. Yeah.
So we're saying like about 8 or 9 or 10, like 12.
Like 7 to 8.
I just crouched down to address like the 3 that brought us here, and I'm gonna be like, can I ask you a personal question? What's the earliest thing you will remember?
They kind of look at one another and they're like, being here.
That's even when you close your eyes and think if there's like look for before time, there's nothing that comes up.
They kind of think about it for a second. They go, nope. They're like, but why would we want anything else? We have everything that we want here.
I see that. It is a very lovely situation.
So when you look around the room, there are a couple things that are become apparent just watching things. One, everyone who is here is ruthlessly positive.
Yeah.
Everyone here is very much can do. Everyone is very happy. Everyone is very, you're not allowed to say anything mean or anything like that.
No, sweets.
The other thing is that the games that they are playing are all terrifyingly advanced, complex, and fast, involving combat abstracted out to different levels from blank playing pieces to hyper-realistic simulation models. These, and they are all just ruthlessly aggressive about it. This isn't like little kids that are like playing, cops and robbers or army. Like this is like to use another science fiction reference. This is like a room full of enders.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, did we just walk into a room full of enders? And is this where you all sleep and eat? I say to the kids.
They go, A looks at you and goes, oh no, we sleep in the garden.
There's a garden.
Eden.
He goes, yes, would you like it to take you there? You could sleep there too.
I can't sleep without my binky, and unfortunately I left that in the other dimension.
They say, we could get you one.
It's not the same. To me, there's only one binky.
Aww.
We'd love to see it, though.
The three of them start to walk across the playground with you guys in tow, and at this point, the rest of the kids all get up and start to follow. So you now have nearly 20 little kids who are running around next to you, who are laughing and singing and trying to hold your hands and
kind of freaking me out, like the children of the corn.
When you they open the door from the playground. and lead you into the garden. This is a massive room that goes. It's the ceiling on it. It's got to be 30 or 40 feet tall. It spreads 30 or 40 yards, maybe in every direction. It's maybe even larger than that. It is a massive, massive room. It is when you look around for a minute, it becomes really obvious that what this used to be at some point was an exhibition hall.
Mm-hmm.
And above the top of it, it's strung with like jury-rigged lights that are lighting up everything. There are dozens of 100-foot tall, so excuse me when I said 40 feet, 100 feet tall pillars of pseudo-flesh that are quivering, that are growing amongst the collapsed exhibition booths. They stink of ammonia, and they are studded with tight sphincter openings that
Dude.
are bleeding a milky white substance that is running down the outside. There are more kids here. They are slithering in and out of the sphincters,
holes? Jesus.
in and out of the pillars.
No, this isn't gonna work for you.
Everybody needs to make a sanity save.
Oh shit.
And I'll fail again.
Yeah, this one I'm probably gonna fail. This is my lowest one. Oof. Yep.
So
That's my highest stat, and I still. This game's broke. It's broke. We're
Are you
getting
sure
into
you're not worried?
statistically impossibility, like a number of fails.
this is
Hey,
this is
don't get on the computer.
uncomfortable. This is watching all of this. This is the definition of uncomfortable.
Oh, did you give everybody extra stress?
Yep, everybody stress who failed it went up by 1.
Well, they get another one, right? Or does it not stack? If I fail my sanity save, every friendly player nearby
Yeah.
gains 1 stress.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not realize that. Thank you for
Because
reminding
she's a
me.
scientist.
So then everybody gained 1 stress for this. So
And what is panic? I don't see that as a. That's my thing. If I panic, then every friendly player must make a fear save.
Oh, I
but
think that's when your sanity tops out.
that's when you fail a sanity roll or a fear check. Excuse me.
Or a fear. So fear check. Okay, not sanity. Okay, I actually made the
One
fear
or
check.
the other, he said.
Oh, one
right?
or the other. Well, then every player nearby must make a fear save.
No, it's not. It's not one or the other. It's just the.
Just the
Oh,
fear.
okay.
Okay. So I made the
What's
fear
up,
save.
Mush Mush? What do you need? What's up, my cutie pie?
So what you notice is that inside each of the pillars is actually they're basically like giant pillory, like giant wombs,
Ugh.
and that's where they sleep.
So my character isn't grossed out, but I sure as hell am.
And
It's no different than the bog of eternal stench.
and hanging from the
I'm
ceiling,
so sorry. There are not tiny children climbing in and out of assholes in a fucking flesh tree.
But could
That
they
is
have
not-
made that part
no.
of the labyrinth after the bog of eternal stench? I could see it.
No, this is horrible. In a skin room. I mean, fucking everywhere.
Not
Like-
phased.
and in the background, to throw the corporate feeling to this, in the background there is a giant banner that is hanging limply that says CloudCon 25.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So
I'm
in
gonna
here
take note of
there
that.
are way more kids. There are, now you're talking about probably, in addition to the ones that you
Have met so far, including the
so
army that tagged along
so
with
there's
us.
at least another 20 kids in here that you've seen. So there's between
And
the
possibly an infinite amount in those tree of assholes.
so you notice that some of the kids are wandering over, and like some of them seem to, like, if they're not climbing into one of these sphincters, they're putting their mouths on the sphincters and like suckling on the white fluid.
You didn't know where this was going? Come on.
I mean, I knew, but still, it's gross.
They
This
are
Carr's really into Cronenberg films since this isn't affecting him at all.
the one you think it's A, it might be B. Maybe it's C. You can't keep track at this point. One of them's like, "You can sleep here tonight."
I say the same thing I did before.
So
Can't sleep anywhere without my binky, and my binky got left behind.
I have collection kit.
But thank you so much.
So what are you going to do?
Would I have some kind of way of taking a small sample of the white liquid?
Let's look in your gear.
See something called a survey kit, but I don't think that's what I'm thinking it is.
The survey kit might have stuff in it, like a petri dish.
Let me look real quick. I'm pretty sure that that's actually exactly what that is.
Oh, that'd be great.
It's when used on the surface of a planet, allows for quick mapping of a nearby few kilometers.
yeah,
as well
that's
as
like a-
data
that's
on
like an-
air,
Oh,
breathing,
survey.
liquid,
Okay,
gravity,
I
and
gotcha.
or notable features of the surrounding.
Well, my
landscape.
camping gear would have some kind of like a small container or something. Possibly.
I would assume. So, looking at the equipment, what do you have? mRNA oxygen tank survey kit. I mean, honestly, I would have assumed that in as part of a survey kit, there's probably something there to pick up.
Yeah, and there's gonna be
like-
shit all over
like-
the place here.
Like ground samples, but even if there isn't, I'm sure in your camping gear you've got like a pot or a pan or something that you could.
I have a bioscanner, if that helps.
Couldn't hurt to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I use my bioscanner.
Oh,
And that's exactly what happens. You should never use a bioscanner.
oh, shit!
I didn't
Bio
realize what
yourself
happened.
right out of there.
I was looking at the board.
Yeah. I would like to use my bioscanner, please, and thank you.
Okay,
When you
use the bioscanner on the white fluid, it comes back as having most of the same chemical makeup as something that would be like milk or like breast milk.
I show this to Dr. Song.
Very interesting. Yeah, I took a sample that hopefully back on the bell we'll be able to figure out. Or maybe even head back to our ship, actually. We'd probably have more capability on our ship.
Ow, truffles.
I think the cats are getting hungry because they've been attacking all of us.
Mm-hmm.
One of the kids looks at you three and is like, so what dimension did you come from? Why are you here? Do they have Monarch in your universe?
No, we do not have butthole nipples.
That is not Monarch. Monarch is the god. We've never encountered Monarch before. We were traveling. No, that's what I tell the kid.
One of the kids says, oh, that's very, very sad. When he says that, one of the other kids just viciously just backhands him. And when he looks at the kid, that kid says, no negativity.
And I just observe this quietly because that's a hell of a tell.
Oh,
I mean, if that's Monarch, and I was like, is that a rule? Is that a commandment from Monarch?
They collectively all together answer and go, yes. And then one of them says, we're Monarch's chosen. We have to be perfect.
It sounds like a lot of pressure.
One of them says, it's no pressure. If you ever see the ones who aren't perfect, you'll know that why we're so different.
What did?
are they the ones we were hiding from in the ducts?
The three in of the faces in the crowd nod at you and go, yes, we were going to capture one, but then you guys came.
For what purpose? I thought they were imperfect.
Fix them.
Because we can fix them.
How would you do that?
How do you make someone unperfect perfect?
They go, oh, well, we have to take them to the reformatting suite and we reset them.
And that's always been here?
They're like, we've always been here. There is somewhere nearby, you hear a sound that sounds like a mix between a circular saw and metal being sheared.
I'd like to follow the noise if everybody's up for that.
You can't see where the sound is coming from. It's so cacophonous in this giant room, but it's not coming from inside the room. When the kids hear it, they kind of get excited. And they're like, oh, he's coming. It's one of our friends.
I think I'd want to try to find some kind of cover, just some kind of place to duck out of the way where I can still see what's going on.
So the biggest issue that you have is that no matter where you go, like in the room, like you're still being mobbed by kids.
Right. They are the biggest giveaway.
Slowly start backing our way back into the playground.
So there are, while you are here in the garden, there are a couple different places. You see that there is a door, or kind of a set of multiple sets of double doors that look like they lead to something. There is a lock. There's an airlock that is to your east that is locked that you don't think that you have ready access to. You think maybe you could ask the kids to let you in there, but you have no idea if they would or not. There's also another hallway to the south, but the south is where, from kind of a southerly direction, is where the sound is coming from. So where are you guys going to go? If you're going to try to back out, obviously you can just go straight back through head straight towards the playground.
They said they were going to eat. Is that what they said?
No, it was their friend.
Oh, their friend.
Really want to find out who this friend is?
Maybe.
I'm kind of
What if it's Captain?
kids already.
I mean, I got a harpoon gun, so... Or no, Carr took the harpoon gun, right?
And it's still in my hands.
Never mind. I was gonna say something, but it's not a.
What were you going to say?
No. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Anyway, fine.
So where are you? Are you just backing out to the playground?
Does that still give us a view of who could be entering this room?
I
Or
mean,
would it obscure the view?
so backing out into the playground would certainly put you into a smaller area, but it doesn't. You don't know where the sound is coming from, or if it's coming to you, how it's coming to you. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we back our way to the doorway.
So as you,
Or I do.
Yeah.
So as you guys start to back out of the playground, into the playground, some of the kids are following after you and are kind of sing-songy voice and following out, like as they're walking with you, they're kind of skipping. But as you get to the door to the playground, you hear a scream, or more accurately, a lot of screams. From where you are looking across the garden, there are the double doors that are along the north side open up, and you think maybe like 10 kids come running out.
These are the bad kids. Quote,
They
unquote.
are, unlike the kids that you have met here in this area, who are all dressed nicely, primly, very well, seem like they're very well mannered, very aggressively positive. When these kids come through, their hair is messed up, they're covered in filth, they look like they've got like war paint on. Some of them are missing limbs and have like grafted like other things onto, like makeshift spears and axes, and charge into the garden into the other kids. The ones that followed you into the playground kind of heard you out, and they're like, "No, go, 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 go! You're in danger." They're like, "You should head back to your dimension."
What about you guys? Well, how are you not in danger if we're in danger?
They said, "This happens all the time. We'll kill them." And they charge off.
It's very positive.
So,
Do we follow, guys?
I mean, we still have a couple of more places we could explore. I think. I'm looking at the map correctly.
And they charge off towards the garden.
The center of the garden, yeah. They came in from the north and...
Is there anything to see? Like, can we see the fight or what's going down? Like how?
oh, it's
playing out of it.
It is a bloody affair.
Oh,
They are actively murdering one another.
both the kids who invaded and the kids who are supposedly quote unquote good
Mm-hmm.
guys. Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we just get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just I wanted just to clap eyes on it. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Let them go to their own devices and we just back out slowly. No.
Yeah.
Bye.
So you back out. So you're in the playground. You're heading north
Yeah.
towards the visitor shrine?
Yeah,
So-
toward.
So when you get
Wait,
back in,
what about the other door? South. Is it closed off?
it is not closed off. You could head south.
Let's
But
check out south. Just
Okay.
poke our head in and see if we see anything.
As you get closer to the south, that is where the sound is very obviously coming from.
Mm.
When you get and you open the door leading south, there is a short hallway. If it will let me fucking do this, that leads to another area. The hallway between the playground and this other room is
More skin?
no. It is like stainless steel. It is almost sterile.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Creepy. Creepier and creepier. Does it and it looks like it's been maintained, polished almost?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Okay.
This looks very clean.
I am definitely holding on to my harpoon gun like it could be used anytime soon.
Are you guys going to head south?
I defer to the scientist.
I mean, we need to take it slow and make sure we're looking around every corner because this noise is pretty intense.
So, are you heading south?
Yeah. But again, taking it very easy. We're not barging into anything.
So, when you start to head...
Moving in stealth mode if possible.
When you head into the next room, God damn it. Just reveal. That's all I want from you.
Do the thing that you're supposed to do. Okay. So about your
The walls of this room are reflective chrome everywhere. And there are hanging from basically everywhere. There are spotless Android surgical tools. In the middle of the room, there are two kids flanking on either side of one that is in the middle who is standing in front. He is wearing a butcher's smock and a surgical mask. And welder's goggles, so his face is mostly obscured. And he is holding a surgical saw, which is in his tiny hands is almost comically oversized.
Mm-hmm.
What is not comical at all is that he is leaning over a table and he is taking that surgical saw and seems to be cutting up one of these kids. As the other
Guessing this is how they make them perfect.
on the ceiling, there are also 3 metallic spikes that are kind of pointed down. Almost looks like decor from a metal concert. That are protruding from a bunch of wires that are up above.
Mm-hmm.
There are, and next to the table basically on the table nearest to you. There are like steel bins, almost like kitchen bins, like what you would find in like in a high-end kitchen. And 5 of them are completely empty. One of them is completely full of fingers.
Full of what?
Fingers.
Fingers. Oof. Yeah, I'm starting to think we should have backed out of this place.
What is the? Can we see what that green thing is? Is that where the
It's another air vent.
spikes are? Is that an air vent?
It's an airlock.
Oh, airlock.
No. Okay. Yeah. Let's
So-
back out.
Yep.
So you kind of back up as you continue to hear the bone saw go. So retreating back into the playground, the kids have not returned back here yet. So where
Can we
are
still
you?
hear the war going on?
You can definitely still hear screaming.
Yep.
The
So-
lift.
War.
Where
Yeah,
are
it's
you
gonna
guys
be-
headed? Where are you guys headed now?
The lift.
Yes,
You're like,
please.
I would like to leave.
At least go down to the room that had kind of the camp out area, unless we want to make it all the way back.
So
No,
if-
it's going back to what seemed like normal conditions would be
Unless you
ideal.
want to sleep in the garden.
so when
No,
you
thank you.
so as you
Fuck around
pass
and wake up a kid.
So as you pass by the visitor shrine, there's something here in the room that seems different. Like there's not anything extra here. Like as you glance around, there's just something that's maybe a little awkward, a little off here. Do you try to investigate, or do you head on to the executive
Yeah,
lounge?
that's best. Let's investigate.
Sure.
All right. So after you look around a little bit, it takes you a second to kind of figure it out. And as you are kind of piecing things together, you realize that what's changed is that the statue of the founder in pseudoflesh with the small child, naked child in pseudoflesh, has moved. It's just a little bit. But they have
Like,
definitely, but the positions
Moved
are definitely,
locations or their stance.
their positions are not the way that they were when you left.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Everybody needs to make a sanity save.
No.
What's the point? Just fail me.
Stop it.
Oh, no.
Smack. No negativity.
Yep.
Sanity saves.
So welcome to some more stress, y'all.
I hate that the character sheet doesn't come up first, and you have to go through like bio.
We need to kill this doctor so she doesn't keep stressing us out.
Feed me to the children.
Okay, so you gain 2 stress. You gain 2 stress.
All right, Oprah, we got it.
You gain 1 stress. And you gain 2 stress. So, do you continue to hang out in here, or do you back out and head for the lift?
I'd go to the lift.
Yes, please.
Wait.
When you get
I'd like to get away from the butthole room and the terrifying corn children.
So when you take the lift down, there is sound of
The robot? I mean, the android.
I don't think so. He was down a different hall.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
you can hear scuffling coming from the cafeteria. Do you head from the lift to the cafeteria, or are you heading back through reception into the visitor stock, or are you headed towards the cubicle camp?
I could check out the cafeteria if there's like noise there.
Like poke our heads in.
Yeah, just poke our heads in, make sure there's nothing nefarious going on.
Somebody's probably freaking out about the.
So when you peek your head into the cafeteria, there are some, shall we say, questionable characters there. There are three, and at first you look at them and they look like people. They have clothes on, they're walking around. When you peek your head into the cafeteria, and you watch them for a second, like they're playing hide and seek. And it's only when one of them pops their head up that you realize that none of them have faces. Like they don't have eyes, they don't have noses, they're like mannequins.
Okay. Okay, the more we've investigated this stuff, the more I've regretted it. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
10-4, man. I'm there with you.
I don't care. Straight line.
So where are you headed? Are you headed back for the cubicle camp or maybe the escape pods, or are you headed for the visitor's dock?
I guess the visitor's dock, because that's where Arcady would be picking us up when we radio him.
So when you walk through reception and head up the stairwells, and then you get into the visitor dock. When you get there, the black ship is no longer there. The dock is empty. When you ping Arcady, he picks up immediately and goes, "I've been waiting. Are you ready to come back?"
Yes.
So ready. So fucking ready.
He goes, "I will be right there." In maybe about 5 minutes, his ship pulls into the visitor's dock, and he opens the door to his ship, and he kind of looks at the three of you, kind of gives you a look over, like he's studying you. And then he gives you a smile, and he goes, "Okay, come on.
All right.
The trip back to the Bell seems to take longer than usual. And when he docks and puts the umbilical in, follows you up to the Acheron, he says, This is good. You have escaped."
Escaped. Say that like there was a threat.
He says, "There is always a threat." He goes, "But you made it back. Did you find anything? Did you find your captain?"
Not as of
Unfortunately
yet.
not.
Somehow, with what
Whatever
I've seen,
we
though,
found,
I
we're not
doubt
sure.
that if our captain is as inept as you say he was, I doubt he's still alive.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, that is a terrible thing. Did you find anything else?"
Have you never seen any children?
He says, "No, I have not. I have heard rumors."
We found children.
We can confirm them.
We saw children killing children.
He says, yes, I have indeed heard the rumors about Eden.
Well,
Have you
Jim's got a
ever-
camera. He recorded all of it.
Yeah, I've got
would
it
you
all.
like to see?
He goes, no, he goes, the rumors are enough for me. I would like to try to sleep tonight.
Smart man. Can I ask you though? Do you know anything about this monarch?
He says, I do. I know much of Monarch. He says that is a story that we do not have time for. He goes, you should get some rest. He goes, did you find anything of value, anything?
I think the only things we ever picked up were just supplies, correct? Or am I?
You found the. I wasn't saying anything because it was something that you picked up, but you found the metals, there was like the
The
sample
metal
of all
briefcase.
the metals.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, and you also picked up that canister, didn't you?
Yes, I picked
Yeah,
up the
the mine.
canister. You said to write 45 underneath it.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you tell him about these things that you found?
Yeah, I mean, I give him a
Sure.
rundown like, oh yeah, we found this, we found some cigarettes, then we did this, and we ran into there, and just kind of give him the play-by-play of.
When you mentioned the things that you found, the canister and the case with the metals, he goes, those are worth their weight in gold, as the saying goes. He says, I would be willing to buy them off of you. He goes, and I'm sure that the blockade would also be willing to give you money for them.
And who would give us the better deal?
He says, well, he says they can give you credits. He says, I can give you access to whatever is in Lost and Found. He says, on the other hand, you're going to need to repair your ship. Yeah? He goes, so maybe you hold on to your artifacts and trade for when the time is right.
Oh, definitely.
But we will
Go
keep
back.
you in mind.
And you go
Because
back
at this
to Edgar
point,
and
correct
see
me,
what
this is
but
meta, but we need credits to pay him to fix our ship for us, and then we need to pay the people at the blockade for them to let us go through.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
And
how
you
they
also,
want to do it? Okay.
so
Yep.
the
This is
people
very
at the
Eastern European.
so he wants to, he needs resources and money. He wants money to repair your ship. The people at the blockade, as he's told you, will let
Give
you
us
go.
credits.
You can buy your way out, but it is an extraordinarily steep price.
So that's got to be the priorities then.
But if we can repair
that
the
what
ship,
we should do is for whatever he will offer us for anything, whatever deals we make, 10 to 15% goes to a fund toward the blockade ahead of time. And the rest
well,
can go towards him to fix our ship. In
is
the
it one or
meantime.
the other, or is it both? Like, if we get the ship repaired, can we go back into warp and avoid the blockade entirely, or do we still have to go through the blockade even if we repair the ship?
So if you could repair the ship, you could theoretically attempt to escape. But if you do that, they're like, there's a chance of failure. There's a chance that you just get shot out.
Mm.
Which, in a best case scenario, just puts you right back at square one. In a worst case scenario, you end up dead or with no ship at all.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just but that would be a solution I'm putting forward, is to make sure that we're putting something behind
Right.
for the blockade while we're getting the repairs
The
done.
rest of it done, yeah.
Yes.
Like we're starting to save for the bribe. So so to speak.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, other than that, I think we're ready to rest.
So, heading back to the tank. Let's have some final thoughts. Cupcake, what's on your mind?
What the fuck? Inverted nipple assholes. I don't know. I'm still
Sphincters.
This is
Sphincters are
crazy.
assholes, or like muscular
Yeah,
things that
I mean, you
squeeze.
said they were producing like what could be equivalent to breast milk. So it's like nipple assholes. Like
Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
No me gusta, señor.
Dr. Sun, final thoughts.
A little disappointed that I couldn't have had more time to examine some of the children, see if there was anything telling about their condition, but glad we at least got a sample. I would probably want to start working on that soon. But overall pretty unfazed.
I'm laughing at the one who got all the stress and fear hit.
Well, it's like an internal insanity. I
Yeah.
try to keep it very cool on the outside with this
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
So there's a lot of like stone face, like okay, whatever. But inside, yeah, there's definitely going to be a boiling point.
Carr, final
Mm,
thoughts.
what the fuck? But at least I got a new gun. I'm just be like, and like, at least I got you, baby, talking to my new gun. At least I got you.
So, well, that is the conclusion of the action portion of our evening. We still actually have a little bit more work to do.
Ooh.
Everybody leveled,
Awesome.
so everybody gets to update. Now, here is, before we do that, I need
Oh, even Pixie look.
everyone to roll a 1d10.
Right.
Can I just like
Okay.
hit their roll?
I don't think so.
No,
If
just
you
go
look
over to
at
the
the
thing on the
top
left.
There's a little like D20.
Oh,
And
I
if you
see
look
it. Yes, yes,
then
yes,
the
yes.
first column.
Aha! It says 2.
No, you just do the 1 in the first column. It
Oh,
means 1.
got
The
it.
first one means 1.
Got it.
It's
Got
fine.
it. Got it.
It's
Got
fine.
it.
Okay. That's still a d12, so we'll go with the
Jesus.
original d10 roll.
Pick your
What are
score.
you doing?
I'm still going with the original one.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so let's do some leveling. Second real quick here. And just on. And Cupcake. What was that roll? 6. All right. So now that I have made some addendums, okay. So let's go over how to level your character. You get to choose one of the following. You get to improve one stat by 5 and another by 3 to a max of 85, or you get to improve 2 of your saves by 4 each.
Like stat, you're talking strength, speed, intellect.
Yes. You can improve 1 by 5 and 1 by 3 up to a max of 85, or you can improve 2 saves by 4.
Where are your saves?
I'm gonna do my
Oh, that's the
saves.
4.
Sanity, fear, body armor. The
Yeah.
saves are sanity, fear, body armor. That's what I put. I put 4 in sanity and 4 in fear because those are both really low.
Yeah, I'll add. Wait, we have how many points to spend?
If
It depends on if you're doing stats or saves.
if you're doing
Then
your
only
stats,
do 1.
you can improve 1 by 5 and 1 by 3, or you can improve 2 saves by 4 each.
Okay, I'll do saves by 4 each. Whew. Okay, hold on a second. I have got to organize my life. Yeah. Oh, come on.
You need
That
us to
was
change them ourselves, or are you gonna do it?
No,
I
I
was
got
going to
it.
let you
I'm
guys
here.
do it.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go ahead and edit mine.
Yeah, I did mine.
Okay. The other thing,
That should be. Okay.
you can pick 1 minor improvement. You can choose one of these 3 things. You can gain 1 resolve up to a max of 5. You can remove 1 phobia or addiction. I don't think any of you have any of those. Or you can heal all of your stress.
I'm probably
I would
going
like
to
to
heal
heal
all
my stress.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, remember bringing your stress down to 2.
And gain 2 skill points.
And you then gain 2 skill points.
So we can continue with the path that's been opened up toward master, or we can put in something new.
Yes, but no masters count as 3 skill points. So if you don't have 3 skill points, you can't invest in master. Masters take 3 skill points.
Okay, so I could pick something.
If you need to know, since they don't do a really good job with that of what opens up the skills, let's see
if you hover over them, it'll tell you the prerequisites.
Yeah.
There's that, or if you want to actually see it as a physical map, if you go to the little the compendium up in the upper right, and then enter the word skills, and then you have to go down a little bit on that page, but there's a skill progression chart that actually shows you the map of how to get to the skills you want, like which ones are the prereqs.
I took theology and mysticism.
Okay, are you trying to get to xenoesoterism?
Between that and at some point xenobiology.
Hey.
Also, that leads to hyperspace. Mysticism plus astrogation leads to hyperspace and physics. In case you ever cared. So, with that said, if you guys have done all of that, then we have definitely concluded all of our actions and behaviors. And session 2 of our mothership is done.
Yeah, I need to edit that. I think, well, maybe I did put it down, but yeah. I will make sure I get the episode numbers correct.
So, what do y'all think?
I'm liking it so far.
Figured you guys really... Figured as soon as we got to sphincters, you guys would be really into it.
And I'm looking forward to like trying a new character next week and seeing.
Yeah, next week I'm gonna roll up
white fluid
and crawl in that sphincter.
You could totally still crawl in that sphincter, even as a human adult. And then when you come out, it looks like that scene from Ace Ventura.
No.
The second one.
My goodness.
Oh. Well, I think we all enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I will thank everybody for sticking with us tonight through this new game. I know we're finding our footing, but I am enjoying it so far. I hope you are too. I was joined tonight by Knox, our storyteller. Zack is playing Cupcake. Martha is Carr. I was Dr. Song. We each have 3 characters, so it's going to mix it up every week as to our interactions with each other and what we can and can't do within the game. So I really hope you guys will start sticking with us through this adventure. And yeah, just everybody have a good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow for City of Heroes. So
And we'll see you again on Thursday for more
More
Mothership.
Mothership.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thanks, everybody. And I will get you guys rated out to a friend, so please stick around.
Rest safe, lady, your sector tonight.